Hello, this is SK Williams, and today I would like to present what is hopefully a normal video where I discuss something with you. The loneliness that we can feel in life. The terrors formed not from an immediate threat or even a sense of threat. Not the dread in the night, where things in the dark may lurk to get us, and we don't know if it's imaginary or not. Not even the dread of that which we see, but rather this long, still, dull dread of loneliness. It doesn't always feel like dread. Not really. It sometimes feels very different than dread, but it is dread. That dread of isolation, of no contact, of being cut off from the world. While some do seek, of course, the solace that comes from such isolation, most do not, at least not for prolonged periods. Most of us want to be left alone at some point, but not for so prolonged a period, though it varies from person to person how long that period of isolation should be before it crosses the threshold from a desired time alone to undesired, to the time we fear to be alone. For those of us who know God, we are never truly alone, but even then we can feel alone. And people can be alone even if they're around other people. Loneliness, sadness, these things exist whether we are with people or not. Though they are certainly magnified when we are not with others. And sometimes it is hard to hear with God, for God speaks at a distance while still close, calling us to Him, to a celestial high that is starkly contrasted to our material low. And we sometimes confuse that distant yet close with simply distance that we would have in our material existence, and we are very material. And yet, God is still there, and we can call upon Him. He will always bring us our comfort if we of course allow it, for God does not force the issue very often. He can, of course, but He doesn't typically. There may be circumstances or situations to which He does, but not usually. Nevertheless, many do feel lonely, and I myself have felt this. The isolation, the withering of the hours, the passing of the years, which may weigh heavily upon us. And what can we do to determine these things and their end? What can we do to combat this terrible sense of foreboding that comes with sheer isolation? There is not much to do, for it is one of those things that, by resistance, it grows. And yet, if we do nothing, it also grows. We must learn to stand in the middle, to act, but not too much, to not act, but not too little. And that is a very hard lesson indeed to learn, and it is a lesson we need for many things, not just loneliness. And yet, some try too hard, while some put forth too little effort, and some none at all. And we all, at some point, try too hard, or try too little, or try not at all, and face the loneliness that comes, or the failure that comes. But I'm talking about a repeated pattern, not just something that occasionally happens. And yet, we must endure and persevere. For loneliness is not indefinite. It ends when we call out to others. And if there are no others to call out to, we can call out to God. And there, while it may be difficult to find, we will find some connection. I have little else to say, so I shall take my leave. Thank you, God bless, and goodbye.